In this video, we are going to create a header navigation bar with simple CSS by adding this logo and then adding the active link and then the navigation links with the hover, and by adding this search bar and then along with this profile. Let's start writing the code. Let's add a header. And then let's add nav. Let's add a div inside the nav. And first we are going to have the logo, right? So let's add the logo with anchor tag. Let's add a default link. So we are able to see the logo got added into the page. Let's add the navigation links. For that, we are going to use the unordered list with li and then anchor. Let's add the default link for the anchor, and let's add the content home. Let's copy and make more links. Let's change the content home company. Features. Let's add theme. Let's add finally contact. Let's save it and see. The logo and nav links got added. Let's add the form as well. So we are going to split the view. One is for the logo and another div for the navigation links. Let's add one more div for the right navigation. So let's add a form. We are going to add the search box, right? So let's we are adding a form here. Let's add the div, and inside that div we are going to have the input box. Let's add input type search, and let's add the placeholder. Placeholder will be search. Let's save it and see. I got that. And we are going to display the profile icon this next to the search box. So let's add the HTML for that as well. So we are going to add the after the form complete. Let's add the profile. So for that we are going to use the img tag to add the profile. Let's add the source here. So we are going to use the CSS logo as a profile image. Let's search in the Google CSS logo. So we are going to use the Wikipedia logo here. Let's open this one. Let's open this image in the new tab. Let's open it. Yes, open image in new tab. So we have got this URL for this image. Let's paste it and save. Let's see the view. So we have got that profile image here as well. Let's close the open windows. So we have got the initial content for the header navigation logo and then navigation links and then search bar. This was the profile icon for the header. So let's start writing the CSS for this. We are going to use the app.css which we included in the header. Let's add the CSS for that. So before adding the CSS, here we see the basic content with the header. So by default the anchor will give the blue color text, and then the unordered list elements will provide the bullet symbol, and by default this input box will add the borders, right? And there is some additional space got added by default from the browser. So let's reset the by default properties from the browser, which was added by the browser. Let's reset those. So to reset those, we are going to use the global selector star property, star selector. Let's remove the margin 0 and padding 0 and border 0, outline none. So this was the basic resetting for the basic properties to reset the browser. Let's remove the underline for the anchor. So we are using the element selector anchor a tag, and then we are using the CSS property text decoration none, so that by default anchor will be removed, anchor underline will be removed. Let's remove the another list bullet symbol as well. For that we are going to use the element selector li, and then we are going to add the CSS property list style, and then we are adding the list style none. Let's align the items in the header. Let's align the logo first, then let's align the another list elements as a links. Let's align the search bar and then profile icon. Let's start writing the code for the alignment. For that we are going to add a class name for the navigation inside the parent container div. Let's add the class name. Class, this was menu bar, I'm adding the class name. Let's copy the class name which we added. Let's paste it here, and let's add the display flex. Let's save, and let's add the justify content space between. Let's save it. So by adding these two lines of code, right, display flex and justify content, so the entire div got occupied the available space, and the elements got aligned in the order. First is logo, and then second is the navigation links, and third right part will be like a search icon and this profile symbol. Let's align the items as well. Let's start adding this space, and then align this logo, and then align these links. Let's start first adding the space for the header. So for that we are going to use header element selector, and then now which was inside the header. Let's add the padding top and bottom 10 pixel I'm giving, and left and right 15 pixel I'm giving. Let's save it and see. Okay, the padding got added, and here we got the some little space on the top and bottom, and left and right. Let's write code for the logo. For that we'll add a class name for anchor tag, class equal to logo. Let's copy the class name, and let's add into the CSS file. Start logo, and let's add the color. Let's use the black. So the color got changed to the black for the logo. Let's add the font size. Let's add 25 pixel. The font got increased. Let's change the font to the bold. We'll use the font weight property, font weight bold. Let's save it, and we see the little logo here. It's little good now. Let's align the nav links now. Let's add a class name to the another list elements. Class equal to nav links. Let's copy the class name. Let's paste it and save, and let's add the display flex. Let's save it, and let's add the text direction to the row. So we are adding the extra property flex direction row. So make sure the elements should render in the row level, and let's add the some space in between this text, right, home and company and features, team and contact. Let's add this space in between. Copy this class name and add in li. So I'm targeting the li element direct child of the nav links class. I'm targeting using this greater than symbol, which defines the direct child of the specific element. Let's add margin left. Let's add 15 pixel. So by default, if you apply the margin left for the each direct child of the LA element, it will apply the every element for the every element. Let's see how it is affecting in the browser. Let's open the developer tools by clicking the right click icon, right click, and click on this inspect. Then let's click on this another list element, which was the first one, and second one is the company, features, teams, and contact. So in the left side here we see, right, there is a yellow left margin got added, like kind of like one of the color. So that is indicates the margin got added to the first element as well. So we don't want to add the margin to the first element. For that we are going to use the for that we are going to use the selector first child. Let's add the first child, and then first child we are going to remove the margin left 0, which will override the margin left. So we have removed the first child of the margin left 0. Here we see the margin left 0 got added. You see the difference while unchecking and checking. So we'll see the difference. Let's add the colors to the navigation links. Let's copy this parent selector. Let's add yeah, A as the element. Let's add the color. Color I'm going to use here hash 374151, which is like a dark gray, little dark gray. And then let's add the while moving the h over, right? Let's add the h over for that. Let's copy this line. Let's add the colon to selector h over. In the h over, we are going to use the like blue color. Let's add the hexadecimal code for that. Hash 1A 73E8. Let's add. Let's save it and see. So while we move the mouse, we are seeing the h over color. Let's add the active class. By default, the home link should be activate. Let's add that into the CSS. For that, we are going to use the active class name. Let's add dot active. So in the sense, like in the means, like whichever the element has having the li active, the blue color will be applied to the specific element. Let's add the class name here. Class equal to active. Let's save it. So immediately we are seeing the home got activated, and other links will have the HR. Let's start writing the right now, designing the input search box and this profile icon. For that, let's create a class name for the right now. Class equal to right now. Let's copy the class name. Let's add it into the CSS file. And here we are going to use the display flex to make sure the element should display in the single line. Let's add align items center. So immediately we see the search box here is displayed based on the center alignment for this image. Let's write a CSS for the profile image now. For that, let's add a class name to the profile block. This was the parent div. We have added the profile image. Let's add the class name to the div class. Let's add a header profile. Copy this class and paste it inside here. Let's add the CSS for that. Let's add width will be 34 pixel and height 24 pixel. Let's save it. Guard mode. Let's add header profile img. Let's add max width 32 pixel. So and max height 24 pixel. Let's add display block. Make sure the properties will be applied to the inline elements. Let's add margin 0 auto. So we have got the profile, and we are displaying the profile icon as a small in the header. Let's add more into the profile to make it highlight. Let's add border 3 pixel solid. I'm going to use a blue color 1A73E8. Let's save it. Let's add the radius for the border dash radius. Let's add 100%. Make sure we should receive the rounder corners. Let's add padding 3 pixel. Make sure the profile image should align in the center. Let's add when we add the padding, right, immediately the width got modified. Let's save it and see. So the width got modified, right, when we add the padding. So to overcome this issue, let's add the box sizing border box. Let's save it, and we are able to see the profile inside the circle. Let's design this H box now. Let's write the code for this H box. So for that, let's add a class name to the H box. Class search box. I'm adding the class name. Let's copy. Let's add here in the order search box, and inside that search box we are having the input, right. Let's add the CSS for that. Let's add border 1 pixel solid. Let's add the gray color D1, D5, DB. So we have got the gray color border. Let's add the padding. Make sure the padding top 5 pixel I'm applying, and left and right 10 pixel. Let's save it. We have got the input a little bigger now. So let's add some height 37 pixel. Let's save it. I got it. So here we are seeing the search box and the profile are collapsing, right. Let's add some space for this profile and input field. Let's add the profile margin left 20 pixel. So we have got this space here. Let's add background color to the input box. Background color. Let's add light gray hash F9 FA FB. So we have added the light gray to the input field. Let's add the border radius 4 pixel. Let's save it, and we have got the input box little look feel better. Let's add the search icon to the search box. So for that we are going to use the Bootstrap icons. Let's go to the Bootstrap icons website, icons.getbootstrap.com. Let's install into our application. Let's click on the install, and here we are going to use the CDN link. Let's copy this CDN link, and let's paste it in the inside of the header. Paste it, and let's save. Let's go to the icons, and let's search. So let's search with the search icon. So here is the search icon. Let's click on this. So here we see the usage with the I tag and this Bootstrap class name. Let's click on this to copy, and we are going to add inside the search box, right. Let's add in the search box div. So I'm going to use the span tag for that. I have added the search. Let's see. So the search box got search icon got added here. Let's move this search icon into this search box. Let's create a class name for this class search icon. Let's copy. So here we are having the search box, right. Let's add the here search icon. Search icon will be like inside the search box, right. Let's copy the class name search box and add it here, so that it will target the search icon will target inside the search box. So let's add the position property. So to make it the search icon should come inside the box, right, search box, right. Let's add the position absolute. Let's save it. So immediately we see the search icon got added inside the search box. Let's add the property left 0. So once we add the left 0, it got moved from this input box to, and here we are seeing the inside the search box search icon got added in the here. So to make it the search icon should come inside this box, right. Let's add the parent div to the position relative, so that the search icon will stay in the inside the box. Let's add the position relative for the search box. So immediately we see the search icon got moved from this logo position to the inside this search box. Let's add some top position. I'm going to add the top position as a 50%. So it got moved, and it should be aligned in the top and bottom space, right, in the center. Let's add. For that, I'm going to use the transform and translate y. Let's add the minus 50%. Make sure it should align in the center. So it got aligned. Let's add some left space for that. Let's add the 10 pixel. So the search box got moved to the left, little left, and here we are able to see the search box got aligned in the center position. So here we are observing the text got overlapped. Let's add some space for the input box. For that, we are going to use the padding. Padding, we have applied the top and bottom 5 pixel and left and right 10 pixel, right. Let's add padding for the left, top 5 pixel, right 10 pixel, left 20 pixel. Let's add bottom 5 pixel. Let's add, sorry, it was 5 pixel. So bottom will be 5 pixel and left will be 20 pixel. I need to add. Let's add more space, 30 pixel. Let's add space, 33. So we have got the search icon inside the search box. So if we try to type here, so let's the text will start from here typing. Let's clear this. Let's add the color to this search icon. So let's add a color here for the search icon. Color. Here we are going to use the light gray for color. Hash XB 7280. So we have added the search box icon color. If we observe the view, so the logo got aligned in the center to this search box and this profile icon, but the navigation is not aligned correctly, right. Let's fix that issue. So for the main navigation, we have added the display flex and justify content space between, right. Let's add the align items center. Align items center. Let's save it. You see the logo and everything got aligned in the center. Let's add the background color to the header. Let's add here header background. So we are going to add the gray color F4 4, and we see the gray color got added. Let's add border top 5 pixel solid. Let's add the blue color hash 1A73EB. So we see the blue color got added to the header. So basically we have covered the view for the header logo with the navigation links and then search box and then profile. Let's add the fonts are not looking good, right. Let's add the open source Google fonts to make it look good. For that, let's search in the Google fonts and click on this link. Let's search for the open source fonts, Open Sans. So this font we are going to use into our web page, Open Sans. Let's click on this get font. Click on this get embed code. We are going to embed with the link element in the header section. Let's copy this code. The code got copied. Let's go to the index.html and paste it inside the header section, which we already added the bootstrap icons, right. Let's paste it there. So this was the code I have copied from the Google fonts, and let's use in the our HTML CSS file. For that, we are going to use this was like Open Sans unique identifier, in the sense like we can create the multiple classes based on our variants, font weight and those things. We are going to use like a simple class font family and then font weight, font style. Let's copy this. Here we are going to apply to the directly to the body level, so that let's add the body tag here to make the font should apply in the global level. Let's change the font weight to the 400. Let's save it and see the navigation links font got changed, and we see the good looking behavior of the navigation bar. Thank you for watching.